Hey, what's going on, guys? Eric back here today. I'm going to bring you another video. Today I'll be talking about my review, what I thought about the Season 2 premiere of Fear the Walking Dead. So anyway, I was pretty excited about this episode. Right when they started showing the previews for it, the new trailers for the upcoming season during The Walking Dead. I actually liked the very first season. I liked it, I think, a little bit more than some others did, mostly because it's the beginning of the apocalypse, so we get to see the fallout of what's happening. We get to see people freaking out, not really know what's going on. And we got to see that a lot, and we got to see a pretty good amount of action, which I think was a really good idea, obviously, because if you have little to no action in the beginning of apocalypse, then I'm pretty sure your show will fail. But anyway, I had pretty good hopes for it due to Robert Kirkman. Obviously, it's based off his graphic novels again, so thoroughly enjoyed the very first season. The characters are okay. Of course, kind of I love the Walking Dead characters more, obviously, just because I'm used to them. So I wasn't as pumped because I really didn't know actually any of these characters. Really, I think I knew uh, Coleman Domingo, who plays Victor Strand. I think he was in some other movies. I don't remember what, but I remember seeing his face. But unlike The Walking Dead, where obviously I knew Andrew Lincoln. He's a really good actor. He has a lot of good movies and TV shows there on BBC. Obviously Norman Reedus, who's actually one of my favorite actors in Hollywood. He plays in obviously one of my favorite movies, The Boondock Saints 1 and 2. And then obviously I knew Lauren Cohan. A lot of you actually may recognize her, obviously, when Batman vs Superman. Before I get off track, let's just go ahead and let's talk about what I thought about the season 2 premiere. I thought it was very good. It started off actually very intense. Obviously, it left off where it happened in season 1 of the finale, where we see them at Victor Strand's mansion on the ocean side there of L.A., where they're pretty much, I believe it's, yeah, Travis, his wife was bit. So we see pretty much her make the decision that she wants to die. And, obviously Madison, Travis's girlfriend, did not like that. She's like, you have to live, move on. But obviously we see Travis's wife. I forget her name. Sorry for that. But we see her, to keep begging her, is like, please just give me the gun, or just, then she gave Madison the gun, just tell her to shoot me. And then we see Travis come up, and we see him obviously end it, which I was surprised he did, just because he's a very emotional character so far. And obviously it's the beginning of the apocalypse, so people don't really know if there's a cure for things. Like, they just may be a regular disease, but obviously Travis's ex-wife, she knew pretty much that she was going to turn. There's no cure for it, obviously, because she was a nurse. So anyway, we saw him put her down. We see pretty much Travis's son, I forget his name, Chris. We saw him have pretty much a negative attitude towards that, very upset. I mean, obviously, you would too if you knew your mother having put down. You thought there could have been a cure for it. But anyway, obviously, we see later, I'll talk about in the review, how he reacted to that. But anyway, we see them start to panic and not know what to do. But then we do know that Victor Strand and Nick, we see them go to a boat which is named Abigail. We see them towards that. We see them, just figuring out, it's like, hey, we can bring the group here. Victor said it's okay. So anyway, Nick, we see, goes out back to the beach, to the house, and picks up his mom and his sister. We see him pick up Travis, and obviously we see him also pick up Daniel and Lisa, who has been injured. I can't remember how she got injured. I didn't really. I only watched like the last 2 episodes of the first season just so I can kind of know where they're going for this premiere. But anyway, we see all of them get on the boat and then head to the Abigail. Anyway, pretty much they're on the boat for most of this episode. We see them pretty much they don't really do anything. Obviously, we see one survivor group there on just some regular fishing boats or life preserver rafts or whatever they were. We see them begging them for help, and we see Travis go up to Strand and try to plead his case, like, hey, actually, sorry, it was Madison. Madison goes up to Strand and try to plead her case to, bring these people on board. They need help. But Strand, obviously, if you guys watched it, him saying, no, we can't trust anybody. Which, honestly, as if we all watch The Walking Dead, we know during Apocalypse you can't trust anybody. So obviously, I agreed with Strand. But you never know. People at the beginning of the apocalypse, we don't know. They're not going to turn out like Negan, like that kind of group from like The Walking Dead. As later in the seasons, we see them. We possibly don't know how they are. They probably could be friendlies and just want help. But also, he made a good point of saying, we can't feed them all. Supplies, medical supplies. If a lot of them are hurt, we can't help them. There's only just a limited amount of room, and plus, there's always that possibility of getting overthrown and them killing them all and taking the boat. Anyway, I thought it was a good idea by Strand. He made a lot of sense, even though it seems inhumane. I thought it was a good idea. And then we see Travis actually agree with Strand, which actually upsets Madison a lot. And, it makes sense, because you want to save people because you want them to live and, keep the world going. But Travis agreed that you just can't risk other people's lives on the boat of your group. You can only trust the ones you have, plus, the supplies, you'll need them just in case. However long this apocalypse lasts. But anyway, then we do see later on where Nick sees this boat that looks like it's been shot up pretty good, but we don't know by who. But we see him go in the water. Well, before that, just because Chris decides to jump off, we see Nick just go after him, just try to go for a swim. Then we see him go to that boat. He finds a yacht log, which I have no idea maybe what it's about, but it probably just somebody could have put in the log, what may have happened to them, why the boat did that, just maybe some kind of, I don't know, evidence. But we'll probably find that out later. On Talking Dead, they said they probably would, what the significance of that yacht log. But anyway, getting back to Travis's ex-wife and Chris, we do see Chris actually, right before he actually jumped off the yacht. They were doing a little funeral service there, right off the yacht. They're going to dump her into the ocean there. Anyway, we hear Travis give some, good endearing thoughts about his ex-wife. Just how they all should move on. Then we see Chris. I thought he was going to say something nice, but and then I was like, well, this gets crazy. And obviously we saw her just dump her out of just pure anger, I'm assuming. But then he jumped off into the water. I thought he was going to try and kill himself. Obviously he didn't. But anyway, so after all that happened, we do see Strand look at his radar, and his radar is going crazy. First, I was looking at the weather radar, and I thought it was like a hurricane. I was like, oh great, they're in trouble. With all those walkers in the water. It's like they can probably push him on board or something. But actually, he thinks it's another boat, and then we do actually hear him say they're closing in really fast. They're going about, I believe it was like 25 knots. But anyway, that's pretty fast, and the Abigail's probably a bigger ship, so it can't go as fast as probably the smaller ship. But anyway, I believe it's pirates. That'd be pretty cool to see. But anyway, as we do see, like in the trailer for the next episode, we see them actually get back on land, probably trying to get away from those pirates or whoever they may be. Could be military, just trying to, I guess, kill people. I have no idea what they're trying to do. But anyway, we see them. I'm kind of actually disappointed they won't be on the boat that long. Mostly because I thought it was actually kind of cool. We get to see a lot of what would be like life on a boat during the apocalypse. But as we saw, it probably obviously won't work out because walkers in the water. Obviously somebody just fell over. I guess they obviously be dead, and there's no help for them. Not there would be any help, but still. Anyway, I wish they would have been on the boat just a little bit longer. See if there would be some high tensions with stranding. But anyway, I don't really know why the concept, but they have their reasons for it, and they'll probably have good ideas. So obviously, I'll just go with the producers and directors on this one, the writers. They have good ideas. But anyway, I don't know what will happen in the next episode. Obviously, I haven't really read much about it yet on IMDb. That's usually where I read my stuff, or comicbook.com. I don't think there'll be any deaths really in this next episode. But I do believe that Strand will kind of give away what he's wanting to do with the group. I honestly believe he's using the group for some reason. I don't know why, but he's using them because, honestly, why would you just accept somebody that came to your house like, hey, we need help? And honestly, if it were me, I'd be like, no, you guys are crazy, stay away. But he just open arms said, hey, come on in, I can take you guys, but then doesn't take anybody else. That's kind of scary, but I love Strand's character for right now. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, I believe he'll have some use for them later in the apocalypse, as he probably tries to go to San Diego, which I'm assuming that's where he's going because that's what they talked about. But anyway, hey, that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for watching this video. If you guys have any predictions or what you thought of this episode, go ahead, comment below, like this video, and go ahead and subscribe. I want to thank you guys for watching again, and you guys have a good rest of the week.